Hello and welcome to the Inspection Support Network video on adding and managing your fees, or all the different kinds of services that you offer. Once you get to your ISN, put in your username and password and click Login. And once you've logged in, let's go up to Settings and Office Settings, Settings and Office Settings. And first, let's click on Fees. You'll see when you first open up your ISN that there will be some fees already put into your ISN. Let's scroll down and take a look at a couple things. Over on the left, you can edit, you can delete, and you have your options and calculators. In other words, the calculators that you want added on top of your fee, such as a foundation calculator, a mileage calculator, or possibly a property age calculator. You'll also see over on the right the default value. For most of you, you're going to price by square footage. If you price by square footage, there's two ways to do your pricing. One will be strictly by square footage, and one will be using a base fee and so many cents above the base fee. For some of our East Coast customers, we know you price by bedrooms and bathrooms, and I will cover all three of those types of pricing. For right now, I'd like to bring your attention to the default value. If you price by standard square footage, your default value will always be 0 because your square footage values or your square footage calculator will come up with the fee. You'll also notice then to the right of that is taxes. So you can edit your taxes if you indeed charge taxes for your state, county, or province. Over on the right is your replacement values. Replacement values are what's used to have that fee be shown in your email events. You'll notice that there's 3 of them. Always use the one in the middle. So if you want to use that replacement field in any of the email events, it will never change. We'll go over that in another video, but just know if you're using the replacement values for your specific fees, always use the one that's in the center. If we move down, you'll notice we have a condo or a townhouse discount. Something that we recommend here at ISN is if you charge a little less for your condo or townhome inspections, it is better to have a discount shown rather than have your pricing be too complex. As we scroll down, you'll see we have pool and spa inspection fee for $125, a termite with home inspection, so you get the idea. One of the things that you can do if you wanted the termite with home inspection to be above the pool and spa inspection, simply grab the 3 little bars that say drag me and you can change the order that quickly and simply. You can obviously delete, and if you wanted to edit the fee, so if we wanted this termite instead of being 65 to be 75, we could just click edit, and you can see here we just changed it to 75. Make sure you hit save changes, and it's that easy. If you want to add a fee, you just click on the add a fee, and we could put in here radon, and I could put in a radon inspection fee, and let's just call it $100 for this example. I'll hit save changes, and you'll see that it is right here, and it's that simple to delete. Once you have your fees added and in the order that you would like them, let's go to one other area that will tie in your fees, and that is up to Settings and Office Settings. And you'll see right below Fees is your fees per square foot. Again, I know some of you will not price by a basic square footage, but most of you will, so I'll go over that first. Fees per square foot. We can calculate by square footage based on fee groups or by a per square foot, so 10 or 12 cents a foot. You'll see we already have some fees put into this example. 0 to 999 square foot for $350, and for our duration taken off the calendar is 200 minutes. We could change that to 205 minutes or whatever that simply. And if you have different prices for different inspectors, you could actually have different pricing and different timing per inspector. Let's say your owner has an engineering degree. He might get more money as the owner and being a qualified and licensed engineer than the rest of your inspectors. ISN always offers you great flexibility. You'll also see over here in your inspection types, you should have already set up your inspection types, and that fee can go directly to a specific inspection type. You could also have specific or different pricing for different zip codes or postal codes. So it is very easy to add your pricing based on square footage. You'll see down here we have 0 and 0. So let's go ahead and say that we want for our termite inspection to take 30 minutes and that fee would be $55, and that would be 0 to 1,000 square foot. And then we could save changes. You can add square footage fee right here. So let's do that very quickly and easily. So if we wanted 1,001 square foot to 2,000 square foot, and that was going to also take 30 minutes, and that was going to be for a termite inspection, and that was going to be $85, and it's that easy to add them and then make sure you save your changes. You will notice down at the bottom it says, add this calculated fee to the base fee amount defined in your fees. And that's under Office Settings and Fees. Some of you have a base fee for your inspections, and then you charge more if it's over that base fee. Let's cover how you do that now. If you are going to use a base fee, we'll do that under Office Settings and Fees like this says. And then if you have inspection types that you want to exclude the calculation of inspection fees per square foot for the following inspection types. So if you have a base fee, you might want to exclude your termite, your radon only, your termite only, things like that. So you're able to have as much flexibility as you would like. Again, most people will price by square footage in groups. Some go on base fees. So let's talk about the base fees. Let's scroll up and go to Settings and Office Settings. And then we're going to go over to our fees. So let's go over to Fees. And once you get into your fees, you'll see we have an example already set up for you. So it says Base Inspection Fee. And we want that to be our primary fee. We also want it to use, on top of our base fee, use our mileage calculator, our foundation calculator, and our property age calculator. And instead of being 0 like it would be if you're doing groups, you can see that you will have your base fee in your default. So if we scroll down, we have some examples for you. We have our condo or townhouse discount that we recommend instead of having your pricing be too complicated. And then for our East Coast customers, you'll notice we have a couple of examples on pricing by bedrooms and baths. So you could type in under Edit Fee anything you would like. And so I put in here standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath is $425. If you're pricing that way, you might want to have added an extra bedroom, say for $75, or an extra bathroom for, say, $75. So we've talked about 3 ways you can price the square footage groupings. We can have your base fee, or you could price by bedrooms and baths depending on what part of the country you come from. If I scroll down, I have a couple other examples for you. You have, let's say you have termite and you do termite inspections in-house, and that is $75, but sometimes you outsource to a couple of different termite companies, or maybe you outsource all of your termite. So let's look at this example. We have termite WDI third party for company number 1, so you might want to put the company name there. And I have company number 2, where one might charge $75 and one might charge $100. So it just depends on how you have things set up. If it's all in-house or if you're using third-party vendors, you have plenty of flexibility between your fees and your square footage fees. You have every kind of option available in ISN that's needed. Let me show you one last example here. You might have mold inspection with 2 canisters be $150, and then an extra canister being $50. So if we take a look at where these fees show up, I could go up to Inspections and Inspection Order Form. And these fees are going to show up under your Fees section in your order form. So just to review, let's go up to Settings and Office Settings. And we've talked about two things to manage and add your fees. That's fees, and that is also your fees per square foot. You'll notice that you can have fees per zip code or postal code. You can have property age fees. You can have fees per mile. And then if you only charge by fees per property sales price, you would click here under fees for property sales price, and you could put those in as well. So depending on how you price and how you manage your fees, you can get started now. Settings and office settings. I would start with your fees and then go to your fees per square foot. And then if you need the other calculators, get those set up. And as always, if you have any questions, you can give us a call at 800-700-8112, or you could go up in the upper right-hand corner and go right to our live chat during the week. Thanks so much. Hope you're enjoying your ISN, and we'll look forward to getting you going here real soon. Have a great day.